Yo, what's going down, trappers? Welcome back to J Will Trap TV. It's your boy J Will. Hey guys, I am back with that video. Remember that video we talked about how we got to get into that Nique Italian connection? We got our packages being stolen right out of Newark, New Jersey. So we got to understand what is going on, and we got to figure out and understand how is it that your boy Nique connected with these Italians and is telling them where we are. How is he getting this intel to him? Who is helping him out? We're gonna jump in. Let's dive in right here. Let's go. Okay, so let's rewind back to the beginning of the season. We know that Rock has cornered all of Jamaica Queens and a lot of New York City with her drug trade. She's telling us that she wants to expand into some broken down areas in New Jersey. In the beginning of episode 4, we finally see one of the Thomas trucks going into Newark, New Jersey. In the middle of the trip, the truck is intercepted. A white male walks into the middle of the street, pretending he's tying his shoes. Next thing you know, pulls out a shotgun. They apprehend our Thomas associate, pull him out, and they tell him, if you want to run drugs through here, you got to pay the Boselli family. Once Rock's team is made aware, she decides to set a meet to try to figure out what the differences are. During this meet, we get to meet Sal Boselli and his associates, and they have a pretty big crew. We walk up with 3 people and they got about 10. Sal throws his weight around, he disrespects the Thomases, and he pretty much just looks down upon them and is a low-key racist. Sal gives Rock a number that he wants her to pay for her to run her drugs to New Jersey. Rock doesn't even look at the number and she throws it on the ground. Rock leaves the meet and says she's gonna do whatever she wants. She then meets with Lou and Marvin and she tells them to, instead of using the trucks, to use a school bus to disguise their way into New Jersey. After that, we go see Marvin work with Worrell to load the bus and start driving over to New Jersey. Marvin tells Worrell to let him know as soon as he makes it to the spot. We later see Worrell go in the bus, he drives over the bridge, and next thing you know, he gets apprehended by the Boselli family. They pull him out, they don't harm him, and they just take the drugs and leave. Calls Marvin, and he lets him know, and Marvin gets pissed because he doesn't know how they were figuring out about that yellow bus. Rock told them to use the bus because it was gonna be inconspicuous. This is one of their tactics. How did these guys know? So what's going on here? Who's behind all this? How are they finding out about these trucks? And who's giving up the information? The answer all comes back to our boy Nique. So if you guys remember, in season 2, episode 4, we do see Nique, after he leaves the bodega talking to Juliana, we see him leave and he's talking to Worrell in the car. It's inaudible, but they're exchanging some kind of information. And remember, Worrell is supposed to be working for the Thomas family. So Nique is the last person he should be talking to. If you remember, Marvin was yelling at him inside the room when they were talking about the missing stacks. And he told him, yo, we don't do Nique around here. You work for us. Right? So Nique and Worrell should not be meeting together, but they are. Later, we also see Nique on the phone with someone unknown, and he's telling them to look for the short yellow bus and also to not harm his mans that he's with him. So basically, this is Nique telling them, hey, the yellow bus is gonna be coming in with all the drugs, and that guy on the bus is my mole. Do not harm him. I don't need him getting harmed, okay? It's very important. But what's really important is, how did Nique get in touch with these people? How is he working? How is this dude from South Jamaica Queens working with these Newark, New Jersey mafia guys? That's usually not the norm, right? Well, let's get into it. If we go back to season 2, episode 1, and when Nique was in jail and he was walking through the hallways of the prison, we can see that there's a guy yelling, there's some folks fighting, right? And one dude's yelling, do you know who my father is? Nique comes in, he gets involved, he knocks all 4 of these guys out, and then that guy tells Nique, or he tells the CO, that, hey, Nique didn't start the fight. That guy right there is Marco Boselli, okay? This is Nique's connection. We see him right here in the prison, we see him right here during the meet, and we also have him right here on IMDb. He's gonna be a recurring character and gonna appear in more episodes. So this essentially is the person, or someone working with Marco is the person that Nique is talking to and giving the information to. This is how they know about the movement. And if you look, during the scene during the meet, Marco's smiling the whole time because he's already knows that he's playing the Thomases. So why is this all important? We know what Nique wants. Nique wants to be back on top. He's not selling out Rock just to have the Italians take everything. He wants a piece of the pie too. We know from him speaking with Dean that he believes he can win. We know that he wants a connect. If he has a connect, he can establish himself back on the streets. We also know that he told Rock, despite them making peace, that he can still hurt her. We know that Nique was able to locate and steal Rock's stash. We know that Nique knows about the whole Juliana Colombian situation, which he can use against her with the Italians or use to take over their connect. Also, last but not least, He has a mole deeply embedded in the Thomas Association. I don't understand why Rock and crew are trusting Worrell so much. This guy was, you know, from another crew, and we're letting him drive our drugs into New Jersey. And now he's telling Nique what's going on. He even knew about the other shipment. Why would he know about a shipment he wasn't involved in? We gotta make sure that we keep Worrell out. Now, I know it's possible the Thomas family might trust Worrell because he's the one who let Rock know about the projects in Jersey through his cousin, as mentioned in episode 3 of this season. But still, we got to keep a tight leash on this guy. So let me know what you guys think. What do you guys think the end game is? Do you think that Nique is going to make a truce for Rock to share some of the drug trade, just how things were back in season 1? Do you think that Nique is going to try to use the Boselli family to wipe out the Thomas family? They got the numbers, we've seen them. What about when Rock's crew finds out about Nique? Are we actually gonna push it to him this time? Are we still afraid of the 5-0 finding out? Are we gonna figure out Worrell? How are we gonna catch these guys? Is Juliana gonna see them on the cameras and tell Rock? Or is Juliana still pissed that he's even alive in the first place? Hopefully Juliana comes in because I don't see any other way that we're gonna get this information that Worrell and Nique are meeting. All right, guys, let me know where you think things are gonna go. Make sure you hit that like, hit that subscribe, and pull a notification bell so you know when I go live or make a new video. All right, guys, peace.